Today, I am going to talk to you about some advanced verbs to help you sound smarter. That's coming up. Welcome to today's lesson. It is a super awesome, amazing vocabulary lesson because I'm going to teach you 10 different verbs to help you sound smarter. And I say that they help you sound smarter because these are more advanced verbs. These are advanced vocabulary words that are very specific, very precise, that you can use in certain situations so that you can perfectly express your ideas, thoughts, and opinions and say exactly what you want to say. These verbs are going to help you do just that. Now, I'm not only going to tell you the verb and the meaning, but I'm also going to give you the pronunciation as well as an example sentence so that you can see how these words are used in context. That's very important. So, without further ado, let's begin. The first word is to admonish, and admonish has 3 syllables and the stress is on that second syllable, admonish. And this is a verb that we use with a direct object, to admonish someone, usually for doing something wrong, because what it means is to counsel or advise against something. It's kind of like you're scolding somebody in a way, but not because you are super angry and they did something really terrible, but they just did something wrong and it's not correct. Maybe it was a little rude.
You just interrupted me again while I was admonishing you for interrupting me.
Have you ever been admonished for doing something? I definitely have been admonished for many things in my life. The parents admonish their child for telling a lie. The next wonderful verb is to advocate. This word has 3 syllables and the stress is on that first syllable, advocate. And to advocate means to show strong support for something. It could be support for a policy, it could be support for an issue, and you advocate for it. We often use it with the preposition for. You advocate for something when you are really passionate about something. You really, really, really believe in it, and you want to advocate for this thing. The teachers advocated for better pay. The next verb is to bemoan, and this verb has 2 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable, moan, bemoan. You may also notice that word in that second syllable, which kind of shares a similar meaning to the verb to bemoan, which means you are basically expressing that you are upset, you are distressed about something. It's kind of like you're complaining and you might bemoan a situation that you are in. You might bemoan someone's decision if you disagree with it and you don't like it. You're not very happy with something that happened and you bemoan the situation. She bemoaned having to look for another flight. The next verb is compel. This word has 2 syllables and the stress is on that second syllable, compel. And what it means is to force or drive or maybe even encourage somebody to do something, some course of action, to do something that you want them to do. You really want to convince them to do something. Sometimes it can be done by force. You compel someone to do something because maybe you're threatening them in some way, shape, or form, and you are compelling them to do what you want them to do.
The power of Chrysler compels you!
But you're really just trying to get somebody to do this thing, to compel someone to do something. The police compelled him to tell the truth. The next verb is a good one. Embezzle, to embezzle. This verb has 3 syllables and the stress is on that second syllable, embezzle, embezzle. And what it means is to take money or maybe even property, but most of the time we're talking about money, and to do it in a fraudulent way. People are creating some false records, some false receipts, and they are taking that extra money and stealing it, and they are embezzling the money. You can embezzle money from a company, you can embezzle money from a bank.
Lloyd Gross is a fictional salesman we invented to, how do I put this, steal from the company, embezzle, to commit fraud.
I just got fired from Sweetums. Because you were embezzling.
Now, if you do this, it's a crime, so it is not a good verb. It's not a verb that you want to be associated with. The accountant embezzled millions of dollars from the company. The next verb is extol, to extol. This word has 2 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable, extol. And what it means is to praise highly, to give a lot of high praise to someone or to something. Oftentimes you might extol someone during a eulogy. If there is a funeral and a person is giving a eulogy and talking about the person that has passed away, you want to talk about all the good things that this person did. You want to give them a lot of praise, and you would extol this person. You can also use it talking about places or things if you really just want to speak highly of it. Extol. She extolled the beauty of modern art. Next is the verb impugn, to impugn. This word has 2 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable, impugn. And what it means is to claim that something is false, to say that, to challenge it and say that it's not true, and kind of cast doubt upon this situation or even this person.
So because of a few bad apples, you can impugn an entire continent?
I'm impugning a continent.
A lot of times you might hear it with the word character, to impugn someone's character. Basically saying that this person should not be believed, that they say things that are false, they're dishonest, and you're trying to cast doubt over the things that this person is talking about when you impugn someone's character.
Mr. Chairman, if she's going to impugn his character while he's speaking...
It's not a good verb. It's not something that we should try to do, but this is a situation that happens, and it's a great way to describe it, to impugn someone or something. They tried to impugn her character with false accusations. Another great verb, which is one of my favorites, is obfuscate. This verb has 3 syllables, and the stress is on that first syllable, obfuscate. And what it means to obfuscate something is to confuse or bewilder and just try to create a confusing situation so that it's really difficult to understand. So you might hear it being used, they want to obfuscate a situation, they want to obfuscate an issue, they want to obfuscate a policy. It happens a lot, I think, in politics when you're trying to get people to believe one thing or another thing, and some people try to obfuscate certain issues. The oil companies tried to obfuscate the benefits of wind energy. The next verb is placate. This word has 2 syllables, and the stress is on that first syllable, placate. And what it means is to appease by giving something up. You're giving up some concession in order to try and get something that you want, to placate someone. For example, if somebody is upset with you, you did something wrong, you will do something for this person. You'll give something up. You are trying to placate them in order for this person to forgive you, to be okay with it, and just to move on, to placate someone. Nothing she could say or do would placate him. Another great verb, repudiate. This verb has 4 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable, repudiate. And this means to reject something, to reject it with disapproval, because there's no authority in this thing that people are trying to say or do. To repudiate someone, or you could repudiate something. So for example, at work, if you are the manager and you have employees and they make a request, and you could reject it and say, no, I don't like it, this is a terrible idea, you would repudiate this.
Senator Eleanor Prentice Shaw, does it bother you at all your son repudiates so many of your more controversial policies?
No.
It was refused, rejected, rebuffed, repudiated.
It's kind of a confrontational word, because if you repudiate something, then you're really letting the other person know, that you're a bit unhappy, that you don't like this and you are rejecting it, you repudiate it. The professor repudiated the students' request to postpone the exam. So right now, I would like to advocate for you to write us a comment and let us know an English word that you have recently learned. It can be any word, a noun, an adjective, a verb. Just let us know. We love hearing from you in the comments. If you don't write us a comment, I'm not going to bemoan the situation. I'm not even going to admonish you, but we would really appreciate it. And if you do, I will placate you by coming out with another lesson next week. I hope you enjoyed learning these new words and you can go on and practice and use them. Please hit that like button if you found this lesson useful. And as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.